Okay, let's start the dog.
Oh dear, dear.
And
So it's hard. You go where you want to go, and then we'll
yes,
move.
I'm not in here. So to start drawing it, we better do a simplified version of it. Can you see it?
Yeah, but you might just put it
A simplified version.
sorry,
of
your
it.
bag's open, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Look, we have the body here. The body is somewhere in the middle. You got the body in the middle. I don't know, I'm doing that very, very roughly there and not being very careful with the design of it, because actually the body is down here, but it's not oval like I've done it here. It's a bit more like that. So that's the chest, and then you've got the neck coming up here, and then the head, and no structure, and then the neck here. See? Then you got the chest, as I said here, down here. Then this, which is, I guess it's his shoulder. On us is shoulder, but I don't know how would you call it on a dog, but I think it's shoulder blade. Let's call it like that. And then it moves inwards because he's obviously taking or getting ready to attack or move on. And then you have the long, long leg. And this one, which is bending. It's a bit like a triangular shape here, look. This one from, let's say, if I do it, look, a triangular shape will square up here, and another triangular if you wish. You can put on a triangle there. And then you have the head, the hand or paw coming down here, and then twist it back again. It's a bit short, it's a bit too far up, so I move it down a bit more. There. There. And then here as well. Okay, that's the front. How about the back? Now the back will be very, very little distance from the shoulder to the back of his feet, to the back foot. But before I concentrate on that distance, how about this? Let's do it, look, help yourself doing it like this. It's a white dog, so that's why it doesn't come with... But this is the line. If you wanted to get a line, this is basically the outline of the dog. And move it that way. You see how I started? I started with a very soft moves of the charcoal. So it's not a straight line, or I'm not committing with lines at the moment. I'm just doing it very, very softly. Well, whilst I'm here, just drop his ear, something like that. Dark, and move the back here. Huh? Or no, the back is a bit more there. So this is what I see there. And you have the very, very long leg. That's, I think it's a hunting dog, this one's. Close to Milo, but without much hair. Don't forget a very horizontal line here, look. You see a straight horizontal line, and you can see the distance from, they should fit at the same line from both sides, from front leg and back leg. So, okay, and you have from the back leg. There you have it. One, and then the second one, it's here. There. There. And here. And a little bit wider. The paws and the tail just moves horizontal really. And a little bit lower. So lower this, lower the front leg, I guess. It's quite high up here, and also I haven't got the movement, and the movement is going that way. So it's not only lower, but it's also twisted on the inside, which I don't have it exactly how it looks there. So move that a bit lower and shorter pole. And yes, you see that that triangular shape, which is, this is it's called negative shape. So the negative shape, which is this triangular, it's larger on the original. So I think that's better now. Yes, that's better. And chest coming down. Then you have that one here, and dark in the middle there. And the shadow of the back of his belly, a little bit of skin, and I see that I can see a little bit of rib cage here. And be a little bit more precise with the head, which is more, it's not as long as it looks on me. It's a bit less long, which is here. There. Eyes are right here. And obviously it's a lot of patches here, so we don't see exactly the eyes, so don't worry. I'm here. Nose. And the ear drops a bit more. And obviously you have loads of dots. It's one of those, it's a bit like Dalmatian. That is what I was missing, which is that shoulder muscle here, this one. Now the muscle here is quite high up. Now why? Because he's keeping all his body structure and weight is keeping with his left leg. This one. That's why the muscle, you see that the muscle is tense here? It's because that is keeping all the front weight of the dog is kept by that and is balanced by these two. You see, so that's why the muscle is right up here. And darker here. And I can play around about here with those shadows underneath the dogs. And then here as well. Okay. And shadow here. And I guess this is not exactly what I've done here, because I've done like a human feet. It's not any heel here. It's, look, if this thumb, not thumb, well, it's not an actual thumb, but it's a nail that the dog's head here. And this is, so it's quite high up. There's no heel like on us. And it's more like of a, I think it's a bit shorter here and also there. And working on different shades here. This paw is important, or it's important to put it or darken it. That will show that it's been turned. There. And a little bit thicker here. Not as thin as that. And obviously working with the dots. Darker here. Underneath. Darker here. And that on the neck. Those lines, they create that skin which is stretched there. Yeah, this one.
That's the whole image. That gives the whole image a sort of ready to go.
To jump, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
the sort
correct.
of the tension of
Yeah,
the
the
dog
tension.
before it moves.
That's it. That's the one. The tension.
So if that
yeah, if you get those, yes, if you get those lines, and obviously you can do those lines even if it's not on the original image. What you can do is darken that, darken the whole thing, and then you can do some muscles here. Although it's a white dog, as I said, it's difficult to see muscles. But then here, yeah. And darker a little more. And darken here, as well. No, lighter, and then lighter here as well. And this is obviously it's a structure that dogs have there, and I think it's a bit longer on the original, so I should bring that longer here, longer, so push this leg then a bit further back, and yes, I guess that's what I see, but obviously you see it from a different angle, so I think we should be, it's difficult to judge, because I need to come here now. And this fit, the last one, is obviously on air, in the meaning that it's a lot further. It's not at the same line or horizontal line that like the front leg, the front foot. And the pose, a bit. See, you have tensions here as well, the same, look. Because it's a lot of bone structure on this. I know that because of Milo. Well, I'm sure you know as well. Touching the dog here is all bone. And possibly that's a bit too long or too big or too large, or so a bit smaller. Front foot, front pole. Well, that's the design of it. I guess there's not much going on except shadows. You can build up the shadows now. So first drawing, a good, accurate as much as you can draw, and then just build up the shadows on. Lots of darks here, and then with a putty, you get those bone structures, as I was saying earlier on here. And because it's a white dog, as I said, there are no shadows. Well, first of all, let's do that line, darken it a bit more. There. Yeah. If you wish, you can go a bit darker, a bit thinner, the front leg, thinner. There. I guess that's better. And darks. Just I'm going a bit darker than I see there, just to make a point, and to make a bit more of a, there. And negative shape. And negative shape here. And pose at front. And look, sometimes you get rid of that. But there is no. If you put that movement of the putty round like this, it gives like a bit like a movement. See how I'm getting rid of that? Look what I'm doing. Putty round like this, and then move it sideways. Creates a movement. It's a bit like it's moving front and back.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you have to do it, but I think it helps. Look, you can do it. You can work with putty rubber, make those lines a bit. Lose that very, very sharp line that I've done previously. Look, do it like this. Look. Like it's about to. It's about to. It's about to. Where's my? And the tail, obviously. I think it's okay. And a little bit darks, or that triangular shape in between here, look, which is his rib cage and his skin tone. Now, I have to see it from where you see it, see if there is any design mistakes.
I think it's really, really, really good. Apart from the fact that the neck there's too much of an angle. He's not going forwards.
Like
enough.
he's, so it's not going forward enough.
The top of his head
He's too high.
is too high. Yeah.
Good point. Okay. Look.
See, but we would have a fit.
You did
that. I know. I did that. I know, but we would have
We'd be so chuffed with what we'd done there.
We would have been. We wouldn't have cared whether it was looking forward or
We just
looking
ripped
back.
the picture off.
Yeah. Start again.
Now this picture, so no one can compare.
So
Yeah, look.
yeah,
The
it's
actual
much more sort of
original
like
picture.
forward, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do what Jen, actually there's a good point, because yeah, he was, on me,
He was upright.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
bit like upright.
Looks like he's going to
But
something.
actually on here, he's like,
But the body, look
Oh,
at the
oh,
body.
I smell
How
a
you do
rabbit
that
there.
body?
Yeah.
Look at that body is fabulous.
so move the head down. So look, my head, my nose previously was there. Well, his nose, not mine. So it was high up. So it's about a centimeter lower. So let's see with that, how that will turn out to do that. There. And then the eye also comes down, much lower. And his skull goes down as well. And top of the head. Ear is a bit longer, as in, I think it's gone a bit too thick now, as in too big the nose. But let's see. And obviously there's a lot of dots here, which it's basically, you can suggest what kind of breed it is, because with the dots you will see that if it's a kind of mix with Dalmatian or whatever these types of dogs get mixed with, which I don't know. Oh, now the neck is short. Okay, let's do
So you
this.
start. It's fantastic the way you do that. We'd have a fit, wouldn't we? We'd just screw it up and start
Well,
again.
look, let's do the neck long as it is there. Look. So move it there, and well, I have to
Yeah,
to do it
that's
so-
brilliant. That's much better. That is
Yeah.
that is so right.
I have to do it to encourage you to do it. So if it's
Yeah, no, but
even further up, look, even longer, if you wish. Look, you want to do a very long neck, just move the head forward, and then obviously the ear moves forward as well. Oh my God, you're looking like a tiger now. Looking like a hyena. And move the profile down. Yeah, that's long, but I'm not sure if maybe I've lowered the head too much, but it doesn't matter. Well, at the end of the day, you can do that.
it was really lovely as it was. But if we're trying to, it's
Well, we're trying to
hard
be more precise,
yeah.
and obviously it's just a matter of moving, move the head further out, further to the right. Doesn't matter. And big expressive eyes, and a bit more skull here. It's a bit more of a scary dog now, like a breed which the owner will not recognize.
Ours will look a lot more scary, I can assure you.
And then obviously the neck, which is being stretched with these muscles, and possibly get a bit more less thick the neck here, right at the top, at the front, and then bigger. Or I'm inclined to do that, look, that shoulder blade, and to raise it here, raise it there a bit more, like this. Look, I think that will look better. You see what I mean?
Yes.
And by raising this,
He's on his
it creates more of a movement,
movement
forward, yes.
Yeah.
And obviously it's just making a fuss with it, making it lighter, lighter. Ear is darker, so it's not light, so dark here. And big here. Okay.
Everybody.
And a bit more shadow here. Going darker. Just to create that muscle here, look. Because I know Milo has a big muscle. Touching Milo there, knowing that he's got very, very, like a plate of steel here. Here. Yeah. Okay, and movement of feet, huh? Do you remember? How about this? It doesn't have to be a precise line.
Yeah.
We can come back and do it now, look. But you get rid of it, the precision of the line, and then come back and do it this way. See what I mean? Huh?
Yeah.
This movement.
So many techniques, aren't there?
Yeah, many things you can do, yeah. And obviously that skin tone, or stretched skin here, down. And the rib cages here. Okay, we don't want to make a very skinny dog, because otherwise they will call the RPCA.
Bueno.
Okay, bueno.